What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am bringing you a video for May 17th, 2024. We're going to be doing a three-man on Sleeper for today's or tomorrow's picks, I should say. God, man, Reggie Jackson, what are we doing? What a blowout game as well. Like the Nuggets, I thought were probably going to take it in that game just to end it early, but good Lord, the Timberwolves snapped. So that was an interesting game in itself, but come on, man. They were getting blown out by like 30 in the beginning of the fourth, and they left Reggie in for a little bit, but the dude went 0 for 6 from the field and didn't have a rebound or an assist. So he sold us brutally, which is just horrendous. But God, it's just that was one of the only ones on the day that didn't hit. O'Neal didn't hit either, but that was for baseball. But just a frustrating day overall. I mean, we went 2-1 in VIP, which is good, but just those types of sells just hurt your heart. So it is what it is. 2-1 on those picks, but come on, Reggie. I don't know if I'm going to touch him again after that. That's one that's going to stick in my mind for a bit. So a little donut from Richie, but whatever. For Friday's games, we got 3 picks. I'm liking all of them. A couple of them are narrative driven a little bit just because of people who are playing or lack thereof, not playing, I should say. But I will get into that shortly. If you guys aren't locked in on Sleeper, they confirmed to me, I believe I mentioned this in the video before, that they are going back down to 100 for the deposit match. So if you guys have been lacking, if you're not on Sleeper yet, get your free money while you can. I believe it's going to be like at the beginning of next week that they're lowering it back down. So Sleeper is joining the crowd of all the other DFS apps that are just 100. So come on, guys. What are you doing? Take your free money while you can get it. There's only a couple of days left. So use my code IOPICKS if you're not on there yet. And then you can toss on this Brunson line as well. I got very, very distracted today. I was on like a 2-hour Zoom call, so I wasn't really able to get the player prop shot video in. So I will do that my best to get that for you guys tomorrow, and we'll toss the Brunson line on there. But if you guys want, you can toss it on this one, make it a nice little 4-legger. It'll probably bring it close to 5.5 or 6, I believe, because it should be a 1.7 multiplier around there. I'm not entirely sure. So, yeah, it'll be juicy if you add that. So we're locking in on Sleeper. Let's get into these picks, guys. First one, Precious over 5.5 PA. So it looks terrible, like just overall. I mean, for his last 30s, 18. So he was snapping a little bit before then. That actually does play into this, though. So what we are focused on here is OG is out. Got announced that he is out already. And playing time for Precious goes way up. So this is the game that that OG got hurt, and I mean, I don't even know why it's coming up without him, but he did. That's the game that he got hurt in. So when he started to get more minutes, that's when we've seen Precious cash. So if we look over here, we'll take the filter off to give you guys a better picture. So this is when OG got hurt. Maybe it was at the end of the 8th. It actually was, I believe. I was checking on ESPN, and I think it showed him playing in the 10th, but maybe it was in the very beginning. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever. Regardless, doesn't matter. He's getting more playing time when OG is out, and that is definitely what was happening back here as well, because OG came back. It was like, and he wasn't getting crazy amount of playing time. I think it was like somewhere in here, maybe back in here. It's been a little bit now, but I was taking Precious back then just because his production goes up a little bit. So this is what I'm really keying on right here. And in the last 2 games, he's cashed it pretty easily. Even in the one where he didn't, we're only missing by 1, so it's not that big of a deal. I do wish that he would go just a little bit higher. It's such a low line for a PA line, and especially if he's getting in the 20s, he should be scoring a little bit more. But it's still nice that we got 3 out of the last 4, basically with the actual minutes. I mean, the first game against the Pacers, he only had 4 minutes, so we're kind of ignoring that. We're taking into account, I mean, the 28 is a little bit up there. It's probably around like 24 minutes-ish. So assuming that he's getting that, we're most likely going to be able to get this. He can get it so easily, but it should, because like, let's look back at his 30. I mean, clearly he can get production. He's been in the teens before. The offense is running a little bit differently through the playoffs. Obviously, he's not one of their key players, so he's not going to get as much production as he might during the regular season when they're switching more. But I think that this is going to be pretty safe for us. So we're taking Precious over 5.5 PA. We're doing an alt line. Actually, two of them are alt lines. Now I think about it, because Sleeper had a weird one for the last pick. But we're doing 6+ rebounds for Pascal, so it's 5.5. I've been, for the people that are in VIP, I love this line. I've been taking it a lot in the same game parlays. Not every time, but for the most part, if it's good on the juice, then I will take it. It's pretty nice for this one, so we're taking it in this. He's 13 for his last 15 on the line. He did miss one game against the Knicks, obviously one against the Bucks as well. But 80% over the playoffs, 13 for his last 15. He's going to get boards. He can go off. I just don't like the 4s. It's really annoying. I would like to see him as 5s, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's a 2-board discount. His normal line is 7.5. So I think that we're going to do pretty well on that. At least 6. That shouldn't be too hard. It's a big game, so they're going to need him. Then last, we're going Josh Hart over 0.5 threes. So Sleeper had this at 1.5, which is just crazy. The over on it was like 2.7 or something like that. So I just dropped it down because they have alts on the 3-pointers as well. So we're just taking the over on 0.5. And really what I'm focusing in on here, because he's not like a crazy 3-point producer by any means. He doesn't take a crazy amount of them, but in the playoffs he has. So if we go down here, let's look at the last 30. Drops down a little bit. These 8s kind of skew the data just a tad, but those were, one was just before the playoffs, but actually it might be the first game of it. I'm not sure. It might be the 11th back, but regardless, he's putting up 4.3 a game. All we need is for him to hit 1, and he's averaging 1.7 in his last 10. So it's hitting at an 80% clip. This is an important game, like I just said. So I think that as long as we can get him tossing up, at least 3 of them. Even when he's putting up 1, he's going 1 for 1, which is great. But if we can get like 3 attempts out of him, averaging 4, we don't even need 4. I think that if we get 3, we should be good. But regardless, I like this line a lot. The juice is there for it. Even though it was an alt line, the 1.5 was just crazy high. So it was still pretty nice, almost like a normal line for the 0.5. So that is what we are doing for our 3 picks today, guys. I'll show you guys the slip real quick. So we got Precious over 5.5 PA, Pascal over 6+ rebounds, 5.5, and then Hart over 1+ 3-pointers made. So that is what we got going on for the slip tonight. I will get back to you guys tomorrow for the player prop shot video. I promise. Let me know if you guys are liking those. Let me know. No one really gives me feedback on those videos. Most of the feedback I get is on these videos because I'm dropping them the night before, and then you guys have time to comment. But when I'm dropping them midday on YouTube, it doesn't necessarily work as well as TikTok and Instagram. So if you guys see those videos, if you guys like those videos, let me know in this one, just because I don't want to be doing stuff if you guys don't like it. I'll just make different videos, different content. But I like Player Prop Shop. I just want to know if you guys like the Player Prop Shop. So if you guys see this, please let me know. Just give me some type of feedback. I appreciate it. But yeah, guys, that is what we are doing for tonight. I will see you guys in the morning for the Player Prop Shop video. Peace. Mouthful. Jesus.